This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
According to a great philosopher, Albert Schweitzer, the only one among you who will really be happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve. No wonder, in the second of Umuchu, High Chief Engineer Samuel Ezekwo is adjoined as one who have sought and found how to serve due to his philanthropist nature among his kins and kin in Umuchu and beyond. High Chief Engineer Samuel Ezekwo, also known as the second of Umuchu, Obuhuruzo one of Amarako, Ezugona one of Umuchu, and Ebubedike Nofeja, who is a member of the Igwe Umuchu cabinet, had served his community in several capacities through various projects carried out impacting so many lives positively. According to the philanthropist, his father, Pa Gabriel Ezekwo, has been a source of inspiration to him, which he stated categorically in his book entitled In His Days. His father mandated him not to forget the church, especially St. Thomas Anglican Church, Umuchu. Ide Samuel Ezekwo, hearkening to his father's advice, founded the Gabriel Ezekwo Foundation, which constructed a water borehole facility to provide potable water for the inhabitants of Umuchu. The water borehole project was commissioned on 13th April 2017 by Most Reverend Dr. Christian Efobi, the Archbishop on the Niger Province Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion. Ide Gabriel Ezekwo Foundation built a cenotaph. It is worthy of note that a cenotaph built by Ide Gabriel Ezekwo Foundation at Umuchu Civic Center in memory of 161 indigenes of Umuchu who died during the Nigerian Civil War. It was commissioned on 12th April 2021. This event, no doubt, is punch-making, which attracted royal fathers from various communities in Anambra State, such as His Royal Highness Igwe Godson Ezechukwu, the Oklara one of Umuchu. His Royal Highness Igwe Godwin Ogochukwu Ezilo, the Obunanka of Nanka, and Ezudo one of Norfeja, Igwe Clifford C. Okeke, among other dignitaries.
No person, again, we try to push them into things that will lead to war and this. What we are praying is that let there be no war, let there be peace.
In his speech, the benefactor and sponsor of the project, High Chief Samuel Ezekwo, appreciated the women for being the strong pillar of every community, while appreciating Igwe Ezechukwu for their development and revival of Umuchu tradition, and prayed that the project will unite the community.
Igwe of Umuchu is one of the best, brings home all that experience to develop Umuchu in culture and other development.
Ide second of Umuchu, High Chief Samuel Ezekwo, who retired from active service in industry and from the United States of American government in 2016, has embarked on so many developmental projects in his community, Umuchu, which he also extended to other communities in the southeast zone, where his father has worked as a teacher and catechist. At Amaku community, Isi Alambano local government area of Imo State, High Chief Engineer Samuel Ezekwo, who conferred a chieftaincy title of Obuhuruzo by His Royal Highness Eze Joseph Chinyereze on 26 December 2017 in recognition of Ide Gabriel Ezekwo's pioneering development and evangelical work in Amara community. On 31st December 2017, a posthumous award was bestowed to Ide Gabriel Ezekwo at Emmanuel Anglican Church, Norfeja, for the footpath to evangelism and developmental strides in the community. In his quest to explore more on how to develop Umuchu community, High Chief Engineer Samuel Ezekwo wrote a book entitled In His Days, in memory of his late father, the late Ide one of Umuchu, Pa Gabriel Ezekwo. The book, with 6 chapters, was reviewed by former Commissioner for Basic Education, Professor Kate Omenoha. The 6th chapter of the book, In His Days, which was jointly written by High Chief Engineer Samuel Ezekwo and a journalist, Ejiofor Omembogo. After more than 2 years of extensive research, it was a true life story of his father, the late Gabriel Nolime Ezekwo, as a church teacher and catechist who gave his all by making a creative impact within the Christian world. The former State Commissioner for Basic Education, Professor Kate Omenoha, who reviewed the book extensively and intensively, recommended the book for community development practitioners, evangelists, researchers, and of course the reading public.
With each of them will be at its own title. Chapter 1, The Man and His Environment, explores the times and environments in which Gabriel Nolime Ezekwo was born and he lived. Here the authors give the genealogy and historical antecedents of Umuchu, exploring their cultural heritage. During
the presentation of the book by the Bishop of Enugu North Diocese, Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, Right Reverend Sustain says, a special church service was organized by the Bishop of Agwata Diocese, Right Reverend Dr. Samuel Ezekwo, for the dedication of the renovated catechist Gabriel Ezekwo Memorial Chapel and Umuchu Unity Center. During the double barrier event, the chairman on the occasion, a retired Chief Judge of Anambra State, Professor Peter Umadi, applauded the second of Umuchu, High Chief Ezekwo, for his foresight and keen interest in developing his community through various projects. In his welcome address, High Chief Ezekwo recounted many communities in the present Southeast Zone where his father served as a catechist and teacher. He expressed gratitude to the delegates from such communities, which include Amarako, Amuimu, Nofeja, Oga, Umuamako, among others. He maintained that the art of social engineering as perfected and employed by the late Gabriel Ezekwo and his contemporaries in the early 90s across the communities in the southeast of Nigeria will always serve as a signpost and resource to fall back on in times of crisis and governance.
By people that appreciate the work, the book reviewer did a very good job. I'm very proud of the review of the book. I'm very honored.
However, the contribution and support Ezugonaya, one of Umuchu, High Chief Samuel Ezekwo to Obiano administration will not go unnoticed, as the philanthropist through Gabriel Nolime Ezekwo Foundation supported the public-private partnership initiative of Obiano administration. The foundation donated double-decker bed for students' use at Government Technical College Umuchu, Agwata, where former Governor Willie Obiano built and commissioned an ultra-modern 750 capacity student hostel on 3rd February 2022.
Institution, and this administration has helped this school in particular in getting accreditation for many of the subjects they are now teaching here. And I'm also happy that the students are doing well, even having a block industry, which as I'm commissioning this one now, I have commissioned too, so that you make more money and use it to support the school. As time goes on, some of your people doing what you call it, tiling or floor activities will begin to be seriously engaged, even while they are still students, So on this note, I would like to commission this over 1,000 capacity smart edifice, a hostel for the GTC Umuchu. And I do this in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
This delighted the former governor, Chief Willie Obiano, who did not hold back his commendation, even as he called on other philanthropics to borrow a leaf from the foundation, as government needs assistance in giving Anambra State students quality education that is globally competitive.
Apart from what Engineer Ezekwo, the philanthropist from Umuchu, apart from what he's doing, which is very, very, very laudable, agreeing to furnish this edifice, it is very good because the government cannot do everything. We want people that are God has blessed in their community to come out and help the school or the government in one thing or the other. So please extend my very kind regards to Engineer Ezekwo for that great idea. And I encourage other people to support. There are too many things that this school still requires.
His father, Gabriel Ezekwo, was a foremost catechist that was instrumental to the development of Umuchu. Even the school we are in today, he was part of setting it up. He believed in educating young minds. And High Chief Ezekwo took onto philanthropy. But the type of philanthropy he practices is positive and regenerative philanthropy. There are two types of philanthropy. But this one, he wants to educate and build minds, build character into people with skill. That's how come he decided to partner with the government of Anambra State.
These gestures can only drive home the saying that charity begins at home. A goldfish has no hidden place. This was the case of High Chief Engineer Samuel Ezekwo when the traditional ruler of North-Eja, Igwe Clifford C. Okeke, celebrated his second Ofala festival and 10th year anniversary on throne.
Anambra kwenu, Nigeria kwezuonu. Excited that our Ezekwo, His Royal Highness Igwe CC Okeke JP, is celebrating his second Ofala and marking his 10 years on the throne. It has indeed been 10 years of remarkable service, dedication and sacrifice. North-Africa has experienced unprecedented peace and security, as well as appreciable development within these 10 years of Igwe's reign. We wish our Ezekwo many more years of his reign to the glory of God.
High Chief Ezekwo, who conferred with the title Ebubedike North-Eja by Igwe Okeke in recognition of his contributions to the development of North-Eja community. Addressing the gathering, Igwe North-Eja, His Royal Highness Igwe Clifford C. Okeke, said Engineer High Chief Ezekwo, the Ebubedike of North-Eja, Ide second of Umuchu, Obuhuruzo one of Amarako, Ezekwo one of Umuchu, has been supportive to him since he assumed the throne as Ezekwo one of North-Eja, and thanked others that were conferred with chieftaincy title for accepting to be part of his cabinet. He applauded Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his developmental strides in the state and prayed for more grace of God upon him to take the state to a greater height. In his speech, Ebubedike North-Eja says, "Deep from the bottom of my heart, I thank His Royal Highness Igwe Clifford C. Okeke, Ezekwo one of North-Eja and North-Eja in council for this honor and recognition. I thank Ndiichie Ndinzanozo. Thanks to President General Pharmacist Solomon Okoli, North-Eja Progressive Union and the executives. North-Eja Progressive Union Women's Wing, ably led by Osiri Anambra, Ijoma Nwabike and the executives. The parish of Emmanuel Anglican Church, North-Eja. Thanks to Ndi North-Eja Nini. I recognize and highly appreciate the presence of all the Royal Highnesses in attendance, all the excellencies and clergy. Today is a great day for my family as it highlights the bond between North-Eja and Catechist Gabriel Ezekwo family, and in fact, Umuchu. My life, my journey can be likened to a war story in which many battles were fought and won. and I was prepared for that war when I spent my boyhood formative years here in Norfolk. It was here that I made my first boyhood friends, who I still cherish today, like Professor Sam Obogo, etc. I have many friends here, like Honorable Chief Ben Esiobo. I can't name you all. Many of you are here today. During my journey, which started with the service with Biafran Army, to my miraculous escape immediately after the war, and migration to the United States with only 2,000 naira in my pocket, for acquiring education and working in the States for quite some time. I took some spoils of war, and I have given those spoils of war to my foundation for work to help humanity. A lot of work has already been done in Southeast Nigeria and Umuchu in particular. Now, without naming any number here to support you, I invite you to take your share to the spoils of war and come up with a legacy project in Norfolk that I can support. I do legacy projects. That is what I do. So please let me hear from you as soon as possible on this, so we can do something exciting together. Thank you. Long life, Norfolk. In his interview, the second of Umuchu, Ebubedike Norfolk, High Chief Samuel Ezekwo thanked Igwe Norfolk for finding him worthy of the title, decided the conferment as an honor done him by Igwe Norfolk and community. Ebubedike Norfolk disclosed that he had a long-term relationship with Norfolk community as he grew up in the community, adding that he has executed many projects in the community. He promised to do more and prayed for long life upon Igwe Okeke.
I feel great. It's an honor that I really appreciate coming from my friends and Igwe and everybody from this town. I can notice as a boy, and when a lot of relationship, I've been helping them in a lot of projects. I will continue to do that. Anything for them with legacy project, if I contact them, I like to do legacy projects. Just in for 200,000. Wisdom is not sure, but they make peace, safety and security.
In an interview, one of his bosom friend, who is also the palace secretary of Umuchu community, Professor Chezuna Ifejirika, expressed joy at honor given to his brother and friend, High Chief Ezekwo by Norfolk community, saying that the second Umuchu and Ebubedike Norfolk is known for his philanthropic nature, enumerating some of the projects he has executed in Umuchu and Norfolk respectively. Chief Ifejirika prayed God to give High Chief Ezekwo long life and good health, for him to do more good works for the communities.
Well, I'm happy. I'm very happy because my friend and my brother is honored, and we're happy. He is already a high chief in Umuchu. He's there of Umuchu. Yeah, they made him a Bedike. That shows he's doing very well, both at home and in other places. So I'm happy to be here. Well, a Bedike is a philanthropist by excellence. In Umuchu, he built what you call the cenotaph. One of them are written there. And also he built a stone church in Umuchu, St. Thomas Anglican Church. And he's building something at Technical School Umuchu. So he's been wonderful. So he's a philanthropist and he doesn't pretend about it. So my prayer that God will give him sound health and will be long in the chieftaincy. He will also be helping both Umuchu and Norfolk where he has gotten this honor. I pray that he remains healthy, even as he flies back to US. The Lord will always lead him. He says he lives in the US for over something years of 40. So, but he is a traditional man. I pray he goes and comes back safely.
Norfolk community used the occasion of the Second of All Festival to showcase the rich cultural heritage of Ndigbo. Different masquerades and traditional dance groups were in attendance, where Igwe Okeke demonstrated some dance steps to the admiration of people.
One for you, one for me, one for Igwe, one for me, one for the people at the gate. You know everybody who are here. Onye, let everybody see. Onye Ozudo. We go. I shall get paid theater rate with money. If there is no money, let us know. If there is no money, get out of here. Even via, thank you.
the second of Umuchu, Obuhuruzo one of Amarako. Ezugonaya one of Umuchu, and Ebubedike Nofeja, Ega Dio.